morning. It is a beautiful morning here in Dublin. We got the sun out finally. After being here for 2 or 3 days, we finally get to see the sun. Let's hope it holds out for a little while, because like we mentioned yesterday, today we're going to take a river cruise, and then we're going to take you guys over to the Guinness factory, and maybe if we have time we're going to go to the Immigration Museum. So it should be a big day today. Lots to show you guys. We're excited that the sun is out. We did bring our windbreakers because we knew we were going to be on the river and it might be cold out there. Plus it could rain at any minute here, so we're prepared, but fingers crossed it holds out for us. We just had an amazing breakfast, stuffed our bellies, so we're all set now. And we got to hightail a little bit because we're running a little bit late for our ship, but as soon as we get there, see you in a minute.
First installed, they called it the Wellington Bridge after the Duke of Wellington, the man who defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. This is the Grattan Bridge. This is as far as we can go. Unfortunately, if we were to go any further, we wouldn't get very far. Now, 2,000 years ago, when the River Liffey was much wider, when the Vikings first sailed here, the locals did not call Dublin Dublin. We've had plenty of different names. My favourite among those names is Baile Áithe Clia. You don't know what that means? I'm going to tell you what it means. You see, we didn't have any bridges wide enough, long enough, or structurally sound enough to actually cross the river. Feeney Johnston. Hundreds, if not thousands, of ships taking people away from this country every single year. 30% of people headed to Canada didn't make it. That's why we call them coffin ships. Most of the time, they were carrying the dead. And over to your left, you'll see the Irish Navy. Look at them go. Give them a salute there, lads. Doing God's work, protecting us on the water.
So that was a 45-minute boat tour up and down the river through the heart of Dublin here. And unfortunately the guy who was telling all the stories didn't want to be on film, so we couldn't record on the boat, only facing out the windows. But a lot of good information, pretty good story. We'll put the price down below so you know how much it was.
See you guys.
Yeah, overall though, definitely worth going if you want to hear some interesting stories about all these buildings along the river here. And we got about 3 hours now to kill before we go to the Guinness factory, so we're thinking about doing the immigration building since we're right here near it. It's called EPIC, Every Person in Ireland Counts, or something like that it's called.
Everybody is included.
Every person is included, that's it. I was close. Same thing, I was close. So give us a second and we'll make up our mind. We might just go for a little bit more history right now. So just about every person we've spoken to here in Dublin says that this is a must-do. It's the best thing to do, better than Guinness, better than all the other things. You should come here and check out the Emigration Museum. I guess during the Great Potato Famine, when there was no food to eat and all millions of people were dying, they said you got two choices. You can either leave the country or stay and die. So everybody left, and this museum is all about where they went and what they became when they left here, and tells the history, I guess, of Ireland, a big history of Ireland. So we can't miss it. We're gonna squeeze it in. We got some time, so we're definitely gonna go in now and check it out, and we'll take you guys with us.
Shrouded in myth, tale, and folklore, where dips the rocky hide, or Sleepwood in the lake, there lies the leafy island.
So when you come into the museum, there are 20 rooms, and they give you this little passport thing here, and you can stamp it in each room, and each room has a different theme telling you about the history of Ireland and the people who left and where they went and all that. So we are in the first room right now called Arriving in a New World, and it's telling about all the different ways that they got out of the country. Boats, planes, cars, however.
And he gave it for his opinion that whoever could make 2 ears of corn or 2 blades of grass to grow upon a spot of ground where only one grew before would deserve better of mankind and do more essential service to his country than the whole race of politicians put together.
In 2023, artificial intelligence is being hailed as the future. But ask the world's most used AI image generator to show you an Irish man, and you'll discover it's still stuck in the past. The results are, without exception, full of outdated cliches. For as long as there has been Irish emigration, there have been negative stereotypes of the Irish. It's been a long time since derogatory famine-era cartoons were drawn, but cheap shots still get cheap laughs. AI's negative portrayal of us couldn't be further from reality, because this is not us.
So we spent about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours inside the museum, and it was pretty impressive. I gotta tell you, it was very interactive and informative and tons of information. The way it was set up was a lot of fun. A lot of kids in there, and there was plenty for them to do and keep them busy. There was little shows, little presentations. Let's see, it cost $21 each to get in, so $42 for the 2 of us. And the pass is good. You can come back another time within 10 days if you want, so it's good for 2 days. And let's see, you can buy a combo pass, which we didn't know, to go in a ship across the street that has a lot of history involved with going across the seas and how they got people out of here. So we might do that on our last day here in Dublin when we come back to catch our flight. For today, we just did the museum part. And another cool thing is this museum was ranked #1 in all of Europe's museums for the last like 4 years in a row, which when you think about some of the Italian and English and the Louvre in France and some of these other museums, that's pretty good accolade to have under your belt to win this 4 times in a row. And I can see why. Like I said, it was very, very entertaining and informative. Right now they're having a JFK section down in the basement. There's another whole part of the museum you can go to for an extra ticket if you want to see JFK and his, you know, how he ties into Ireland and its history. So definitely worth a visit. Like I said, we weren't even planning on coming here. This was just something we saw across the street from our cruise, and we had a few hours to kill before we go to the Guinness factory, so we figured we'd check it out. And everybody kept telling us, you gotta go, you gotta go. So we ended up here, and as you can see, it's a lot of fun. This was interesting, and 2 thumbs up from both of us. Definitely don't skip on this if you're in town. I'd say this is one of the highlights of the things to do in Dublin itself. Alright, so there will be no dog of the day in Ireland really, because we haven't seen any stray dogs yet around here. This isn't like Asia, but this is the first pup we've seen. Pretty sadly, this is the famine puppy. Well guys, that's Dublin. We walked about a block and a half and it just started pouring out of nowhere, so ta-da! Alright, we're gonna find someplace where we can go get something to eat and get out of this rain for a few minutes before we head for our Guinness tour factory and grab another Guinness. Had more beer since we've been here, and I've had in a long time. Alright guys, so it is now snack time. We got Argentinian empanadas. This one is spicy beef, so we're gonna try this one first. It's a little hot though.
Oh, it looks very hot.
Oh, it's delicious.
Like curry.
Yeah, like a. Yeah, it's got spicy beef in there. Oh, I can't place the flavor, but I've had it before, but it's delicious. So good. She's hiding it down there where you guys can't see it, but it is delicious.
Pictures, of course.
I could eat about a dozen of these. Let me hold that up to the camera real fast. Oh, there's onions, there's peppers, there's...
It tastes like taco seasoning.
Yeah, kind of like a little taco-ish flavor to it. Delicious. I'm gonna get on another bite of this. Oh, here comes the grease.
There's green peppers in it. You like it still? Yeah?
Yeah, the flavoring was so good. Oh, I could eat a whole bunch of those. If I wasn't such a pig, I'd have waited for it to cool down, and it probably would have been even better. But, well, we came here because of the hot dog stand. We didn't even get hot dogs. And now this one is their traditional. It's much bigger, and it's got steak and vegetables in it. So let's see what this one's like. I got the end piece, which is just all bread. Very good though. Alright, let me get some meat this time. Reminds me of the meat pies a little bit in Australia, kind of.
That's what it looked like whenever I saw it.
Yeah.
That's what made my eyes light up. Oh, it's greasy.
That one tastes much more milder. Not as spicy, obviously, as the other one, but oh, still delicious. Good snack choice. What do you think? They're waiting for you.
I like the other one better.
Yeah, the other one's
spicy
definitely
one.
better, yeah. It's got a different bread, too.
The flavor of the meat's just a little bit different.
Yeah. The spices on the other one had better. But this one's got a nice bread to it, though.
But the other one's spicy and this one's traditional, and I'm
Yeah.
always going to prefer spicy over bland. I mean, it's not bland, it's just...
Yep. Alright, so another snack in the books here in Dublin. I don't think we've had a bad meal yet. I wasn't too in love with breakfast this morning. The eggs were a little runny and creamy for me, but otherwise, every meal I've had here so far has been dead on.
I think this is going to be just the right amount of grease to prepare us for the drinks we're about to have.
The Irish stew I've had several times. It's delicious with the potatoes. Anytime you have potatoes, it's good. And I even ate the fish and chips, which, you know, I'm not a fish eater, so I'm impressed. Excuse me. All right, we'll see you guys in a few. So we're passing by the famous Temple Bar, which we've heard is super expensive, and not to waste your time going there, everybody keeps telling us. A pint of Guinness there costs twice as much as anywhere else, they say. Alright, so we've been here now for like 3 days, and there's two things I noticed I wanted to tell you guys about. The first is, they have this thing going on where they're aggravated by the AI. If you put in Irishman into an AI generator, it comes up with a drunk, rowdy, leprechaun looking guy wearing green clothes and all of that, and they hate it. They hate the stereotype. Yet if you look around, they all wear green here, and there's a bar on every corner. That's their most famous popular thing to do here, is drink. That's all they want, is their Guinness, their pints, and you know, they're doing nothing, in other words, to fight the stereotype. It's hilarious. And the other thing I noticed that kind of threw me off that I didn't expect when I got here was the lack of national pride. I thought Ireland was one of these places where they were just like huge on national pride. And since we've been here, all the locals we talk to and all the tour guides that we talk to, they all just dismiss their national celebrities. They hate them, like Bono and them. They just hate their celebrities. They hate the architecture here. They hate the cost of everything here. They just all talk negative about the country. And Alyssa and I was saying, we've been here for 3 days and I've seen one Irish flag since we've been here. I can't remember another country that we've been to where there's so few of their own flags around. Even leaving the airport, we didn't see an Irish flag. So, I mean, that just goes to show you. For me, I was shocked by that. I thought this country was just all gung-ho pride-wise, but definitely not. We see a lot of rainbow flags here. I guess they're proud of the fact that they were the first country to allow gay marriages, but other than that, no pride here whatsoever. We've made it to the Guinness Storehouse, Dublin's #1 tourist attraction. Here we go. We got our 2 free drink passes.
I vote to go. I'm always
Orientation begins in 54 seconds. We'll do the gift shop on the way out, I guess. Yeah. It's a little loud in here, and the basically take you through. They show you where they get the hops and the yeast and the water, and they tell you the little stories. You read all the stories about it. There's hops on the walls here behind us. But it's pretty loud with the waterfalls and all that going on. Interesting though. This place is absolutely huge, and as you walk around, it's a self-guided tour. You get to see the roasting and the milling and the fermenting and the yeasting and all the different processes. And like I said, it's self-guided, so you got to walk around and read all the plaques, or you can get an audio guide downstairs and listen to it as you go. And then there's a special involved in the ticket. You could also purchase a higher level ticket where they'll show you how to pour it the proper way. So we got that ticket. Now we just got to find where we go to get our free Guinness, and then where we go for the pouring Guinness, where they teach us how to pour a proper pint. But we will find that in a second, I'm sure, because I'm getting thirsty. I got to tell you though, as nice as it is, and it's worth a stop in to see. I mean, this is Dublin's main tourist attraction on any list that you check. So it's definitely worth checking out. But compared to the Heineken one, I think I like the Heineken one better in Amsterdam, the tour of that factory. But either way, it's still pretty cool, worth visiting. Definitely interesting. And we have had a few Guinnesses since we've been here. They definitely taste different than they do in the United States. So it'd be cool to see what they taste like here at the factory and to see how to pour them. So these aromas are different parts of the hops and the yeast, you know, different stages of the roasting, so you get to smell each one along the way. There's 4 of them there. Then you get your sample and you come back here into the tasting room where you get to, I don't know, there's something special in here that they're going to teach you how to taste it, I guess.
Oh, it's public.
One thing I did want to mention to you guys is that Guinness signed a 9,000-year lease with the city of Dublin for that building. So they're going to be here for a long time. That's pretty astonishing, having a 9,000-year lease. But that's what they signed, so they'll be here for a while. So if you do come to Dublin, don't worry, you won't miss this.
There we go, perfect. So guys, you're very, very welcome to the second room of our tasting experience. This room is called the Velvet Chamber, or it's kind of like what Arthur Guinness's office or study would have looked like. And if you look at the back left corner of the room there, you see a portrait of Arthur Guinness. On my right, furthest from me, you have Arthur Guinness II, his son. Then beside him, then you have Benjamin Lee Guinness, his grandson. And then there's 6 photos here you can look at on your way out, which are the head brewers or the master brewers from when Guinness was being created. So now I'm going to talk you through some retro nasal tasting. It sounds very fancy, but it's just a cool way to taste Guinness to make sure you get all the flavours and all the aromas I was talking about inside. I'm going to talk you through it first, and then we're all going to do it together, okay? So the first step is to be a big deep breath in, okay? Give them 2 seconds, hold on, almost there. The second step, be a big generous mouthful, make sure to coat your whole palate. And of course, after you swallow, the third step will be a big deep breath out. Can we do that? Can we raise a glass first? Can anyone tell me the Irish word for cheers? Sláinte, yes, so we count to 3, big sláinte, and we can enjoy. So 1, 2, 3.
Sláinte.
Enjoy. So on the tip of your tongue you get the sweetness, that's from the malt barley. Down the side of your mouth you get the roasted barley flavours like dark chocolate or coffee. As you swallow you might find the bitterness from the hops. Now guys, don't worry if you're not getting those flavours right now, it's a very small sample, it's an 1/8 of a pint, so upstairs with a full pint you'll have a much better shot of it, okay? So guys, thanks so much for listening, you're all Guinness tasting experts. Just make sure to leave your glasses back down the gold tray.
See the whistling clam? We're at the Guinness Academy where they teach you how to pour a perfect pint. So Alyssa's gonna go first and then I'm gonna go second and we're gonna try to pour it the right way. We just got our lesson from the instructor and we're in line to go next.
Remember, the sticker is like this, 45 degrees, and you guys, okay, like this. Full oats? No, full. Full oats.
Alright, there you go. Keep them rolling.
Like this. 45 degrees. When it's covered the Guinness, you start to stir the glass. When it's covered the pot, you can stop. The Guinness is completely dark, like this, okay? You put your Guinness like this and just... And now you can stop. Leave it 30 seconds and it's ready to drink.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Now you can leave it for 10 seconds and it's ready to drink.
All right, I think I can handle that part of it.
Okay, thank you for coming. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. All right, let's take it over there and sit down and grab a seat. So we did it. We took our class. We learned how to pour the perfect pint. Now we're going to drink the perfect pint.
What kind of mustache did I get? How'd you get? Let's see. Oh, I didn't get nothing.
I got the sipper. So when you get in here, you get a half a pint at the tasting room. That was okay. Then you get a full pint if you take the Guinness course where they teach you how to pour it. Those are empty. So now we're gonna head upstairs to the Sky Bar because with your admission ticket, you also get a free pint just in general. So we're gonna go upstairs and drink our free pint up on the roof now with a view of Dublin. Neither of us are big beer drinkers or drinkers at all, so if we start to slur our words a little bit soon, you know why. It's because we're having a lot of fun with these Guinnesses, one after another here. So apparently in 1837, someone decided that it was a good idea to pair oysters and Guinness together. I don't know, I guess if you drank a lot of Guinness, you'd want to eat an oyster, but for me, I can't understand why anybody would ever want to eat an oyster, so I'm not going in this bar, that's for sure. So aside of the general admission ticket and the Guinness Academy ticket, you could also purchase another one where you can go in and get a selfie taken and they imprint it in the foam on top of the beer that you're drinking. And that's $30 for one selfie. So we opted out of that because we got the Academy course instead, and we went in there and we learned how to pour the perfect pint. So that was pretty cool. And then on the 5th floor where we are now, as you can see behind me, they got a bunch of restaurants up here where you come in and get food. There's French fries, there's all kinds of actual meals up here also. But we are looking for the Sky Bar, which I believe is upstairs, one more floor. We gotta climb some steps now, but Alyssa is checking out the Guinness bathroom. It's been about 20 minutes, so you know we had to find one of those after all these beers we had. And then we will go upstairs and have one more Guinness up on the roof and see the view. And I can see outside a little bit from here, and it looks like the skies are clear, the rain has let up, so we might actually get a good view. Let me see if I can sneak over here and catch a preview for you. Oh yeah, let me see here. Oh, perfect. The rain has stopped, so we'll at least get a clear view. Nice. This is by far the best view we have had of Dublin since we've been here, with this clear skies, no rain. It's amazing. We're currently at the Gravity Bar at the top of all this, and they're playing a lot of loud music, so we're gonna get copyright strike for sure. We'll try to put some music over this so that you can still get a peek of what goes on in here. I can't believe we made it up here to the Gravity Bar, and this is the best sky we have seen since we have been here. This is the clearest it has been since we've been in Dublin. It's amazing. So this is the Gravity Bar, guys, and this is one of the highest points in Dublin, and you get an amazing view from up here, the whole entire city. Even out into the country, you can see the mountains out there where we're going to be driving tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Guys, this is Dublin for sure. On this side of the building is perfectly sunny. Look out there. Isn't that nice and beautiful? On this side of the building, look behind me, it's raining and miserable. Welcome to Ireland. So we spent about 2 hours inside the Guinness Storehouse there, and it was a lot of fun. I'm not even gonna lie, we had a few too many pints. We got a little buzz now, so this outro might be a little bit stuttery. I'll see how I do. But let's see, comparing it to the Heineken factory, in the Heineken factory they actually took you on the floor and you saw the distilling process more, and there was a guy telling you everything. Here it's self-guided. All the information was there if you take the time and go and see it all yourself. Somebody in there described it as like Willy Wonka's factory, and that's the best way to describe it. It was just a tourist attraction. The highlight was getting up to the Gravity Bar, where you get your free Guinness up there and you have a good time drinking, and there's a good view of the city. Alyssa will put the prices down below when she edits this. You can get the selfie, you know, where they put the selfie in the foam. We didn't do that. You can get the Guinness course where they teach you how to pour it, so she'll put the prices down there. But it was definitely worth it. I can see why this is one of Dublin's main attractions here. And it is very Willy Wonka-ish. But it was fun. We had a great time in there. And now that we've got a good buzz, we're going to try to go find some Mexican food. Because that's what you do in Ireland, I guess. We're going to go find some Mexican because that's what we're in the mood for. And we will see you guys tomorrow because there's much more coming from Ireland. We'll be leaving Dublin tomorrow and we're heading towards Galway. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment. All of that really helps us grow the channel, and we appreciate it so much. So we'll see you tomorrow for another adventure in Ireland.